Well, AT&T went out completely, not everywhere, but in a lot of places. Um, T-Mobile claims that the only reason their stuff was out was people trying to reach AT&T customers, and Verizon claims that there weren't any outages. Their network is fine. Excuse me. But now there are people. Darla, please, with the squeaking. Bean Arena. Bean Arena. Could you not? With the squeaking. Enough. Go to sleep. Go eat some food or something. Whoppers. Oy vey, this is driving me crazy. I apologize, guys. I literally, I can't take a dog's brand new toy away. I'm an awful human being if I do that. Those of you who are animal lovers will understand, and I hope you will just bear with it in the meantime. But so yeah, all these fucking cell phone outages today, and I read some reports of people saying that it was a cyber attack potentially. So that goes to like my fears are coming true, right? All the things I'm worried about, because like, um, but honestly, the thing I was thinking about the most with the cell phone outages was thank God I was able to go out and DoorDash and make money today. uh, I don't think most of the people in our area, in Cleveland area, were affected by it. But again, nationwide outage of AT&T. And again, I was thinking about this morning. I was like, God, how much would that suck if you rely on your money, your phone to make money, like I do? You know what I mean? I need that thing to make some dough. Um, and then there's this other like, did you guys see this? Like it again, all the fears that I'm talking about. Um, this is a post from Marco Rubio, and again, I know he's a kind of a Republican fear monger a lot of times, but this is scary what he's saying right here. He's got a really good point. He goes, I don't know cause of the AT&T outage, but I do know it will be 100 times worse when China launches a cyber attack on America on the eve of a Taiwan invasion. And it won't be just your cell service. They hit it, it'll be your power, your water, and your bank. And again, I hate to be like a weird conspiracy theorist. I'm not one of those guys. But when this kind of stuff happens, um, and the world we're living in, where it feels like we're at some sort of like tipping point almost. Um, Again, I'm not real thrilled with him for posting that, because that's a massive fear mongering thing when the cell outages happen. You know what I mean? It just makes people scared when somebody who's in a position of power posts something like that. While I understand it's powerful because it gets a very good point across, hopefully, it just makes people scared. It makes me scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it doesn't make me scared. But um, he's got a really good point, man. If that shit wipes out, we're fucked, man. It's gonna be crazy. Well, and I'm not someone like I'm not a prepper or anything like that. I'm not an end of the world kind of guy, but starting to feel weird shit. More and more stuff happening is it's pointing in the wrong direction. It's not real good. And shit, even if it wasn't a cyber attack from China or wherever else, I saw one weatherman say it might have been a solar flare because there was a solar flare that night. So it's just like either way, if it's a solar flare and we have no control of that and it wipes everything out, and dude, we're going back to fucking caveman shit, dude. It's gonna fucking be. We will turn on each other in no time, and I know that because I would immediately, and I'm already like today. Granted, it is because I'm door dashing and I go in some sketchy neighborhoods sometimes. I have been considering getting strapped. I must be turning into an old white guy because again, I don't like guns, and I'd much rather be like, oh, you want to fight? You want to try to take my wallet? I don't care if you have a gun. I'll try to fight you for it. That's my old, dumb, stupid rationale. But as I'm getting older and don't want to die, and I'm pretty happy and content with where my life is and where it's headed and everything like that. I'm pretty feeling good about everything. Um, I'm like, ooh, I don't want to get robbed for my car or my phone. Um, and I'd also like to just be able to protect myself if somebody is crazy. Remember, I think I told you guys about I did one of these deliveries where I pulled in a driveway because I was on doing a delivery and the GPS tells me to pull into this house. It's hard to tell with the GPS because you can't really tell if you're pulling into the right driveway. Well, there was somebody standing out in their yard waving their hands. So I thought, okay, this must be the right driveway. I pull in. As soon as I pull in, I realize the address number is wrong, but the person's still waving their hand, shouting at me. This bitch crazy. I tell her she crazy. This bitch crazy. And I realize I'm at a crazy person's house, and they're walking towards my car. So I'm immediately uncomfortable. I want to defend myself, and I don't have anything in my car. And it'd be nice to just be able to be like, get away from my window, because I don't want to have to get out and fight anybody anymore. I got bad wrists from the last time I tried to fight. It's just all a bad scene. So I'm just under a crazy old scared white guy. It's awful. I hate it. I don't like it one bit, but it's happening to me. Just think about that. Like, I mean, if it does go bad, what am I going to do? I don't have any prep stuff. I don't have a gun. What are we going to do if something goes off and like we have to turn into this awful, we revert back to this horrible tribal culture of just little regional groups of people because half of us is killed, the other half off because there's no food or water, and then we start fighting for position in the country next to fucking water and food, wherever the fucking most deer are or wherever the best fresh water or closest, easiest to get to fresh water is. People start fighting over that area. It's fucking insane. It makes me crazy the more I think about it. So I try not to think about it. And again, I wouldn't be able to defend anybody, myself, my family, nothing. I'd get overrun by a mob of preppers with a bunch of guns in no time. A bunch of long gun AR toting motherfuckers. That's why they have that shit. So maybe I'm just behind and they're all way ahead of me and I've had my head in the sand for too long. Again, but it's all driven by fear. Maybe it's all driven by fear from social media and news. Maybe she's right. Maybe Tigram is absolutely right and I'm letting all that stuff get to me. I have no idea. Mikey is in the chat. He's saying, bah, solar flare. So it seems like Mikey is agreeing with me about, I see he says, definitely need to get strapped and protect myself. Protection is key. He said, my eyes have finally opened. Welcome to the awakening. No, dude, I think, again, I'm a scared old white guy. That's all there is to it. I'm not afraid of minorities by any means. I'm afraid of stuff from outside of our country and like stuff trying to work their way in and all this weird stuff. Like, or I just listen to too many podcasts now, like Mikey, and maybe that's what it is. Let's see here. Amanda says, I walk daily in the dark. No protection because of probation. Literally walking currently. Well, put your stuff away. You're going to get yourself into trouble. Don't be careful. My main man Mikey is actually calling in. What's up, bro? How are you, dude?
Welcome, bro. Finally. It takes AT&T being shut down for a few hours for a guy to finally open his eyes to the truth I've been spitting.
If I can't get on Instagram,
that movie that we watched on Netflix was real, bro. It was a sign.
I need to see Megan Thee Stallion shaking her ass, and if there's somebody that's going to take that away from me, the world's in a bad place, Mikey. I need to see the Stallion, and if I have to wake up worrying that my phone's not going to be able to show me her shaking her fat ass and showing those badass titties while she's doing her badass rapping.
Just think about it, though. Just think about it. Snap of fingers, my guy. Just like that. No more contact. You have no idea where your kids are. No idea where your wife is with the kids. No idea nothing. Can't get a hold of nobody. It just goes dark.
Crazy.
It's scary, dude. People can just shut the lights off.
It really is. And you know what? I know I probably am getting swayed a little bit because I am watching more stuff other than just like the traditional media and stuff like that. I'm listening to weird audio books and stuff like that, trying to gain more knowledge. And it, you know what?
You're finally becoming a little enlightened to what's really going on. You're, like you said, like not trying to like pick on you or anything, but your head's been in the sand if you've been following the main school narrative that's been being pushed by the media for the last 20 years.
Well, I don't think this is anything that I haven't known or seen or kind of considered in the back of my mind for a long time because I'm.
It's another dumb show.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Dumb Show, issue number 185. So good to have you here with me live from Studio Struts. As always, it's another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. So good to have you guys all here with me this evening. Just a quick reminder before we get things rolling. Just want everybody to hit that like button, get your comments in. If you're not watching live, make sure you comment on the episode or issue, whatever the hell we call it. And then obviously share the videos. That's one of the best things that you guys can do to help drive the show success on YouTube is by liking the shows, commenting on them, and sharing. And you can always help support Another Dumb Show by joining. Go to the Another Dumb Show YouTube page, click the join button, and you can help support Another Dumb Show because we are fan funded over here. And if you are driving and you want to have access to Another Dumb Show and you don't want to have the YouTube video up, you can always download the show as an audio-only podcast through YouTube Music. And I'd appreciate it if you guys followed me, X, Instagram, at Another Dumb Show, all that good stuff. Welcome to the League of Dummies. I am so happy to have you guys here. The League of Dummies, that is our chat here on Another Dumb Show. So if you are interested in becoming a member of the League of Dummies and hanging out in the chat, and you're wondering why you can't talk in the chat, you have to be subscribed. Once you subscribe, after about 10 minutes, you will have access to the chat, and you can jump in there and tag me and let me know what you want to say. Just type at Another Dumb Show, and then throw your comment in, and I'll read it. And if you'd like to call the show, you can always do that. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. That is the number to call into the show. If you have something that you'd like to talk about, you got something going on, give me a call. And of course, always call in while we are talking about stuff. I'd love to have your comments on things we have going on the show. So let's see here. I have a few comments. Let's see. Mark is always a heavy commenter. He watches the show after the fact, and he said, "Hey, what's up, Dom? You should check out the Joe Rogan episode with Dr. Phil. It just aired a few days ago. It's not crazy conspiracy theory talk. It was really good. Also, my grammar sucks because I usually use my talking text because I'm usually working. Sorry. No apologies necessary." He says, "Great show last night. Love you, man." Well, let's see. Mark, you might have missed it, but I think I mentioned that I actually did see that podcast with Dr. Phil. And I mentioned that one of the things that I took away from that was what Dr. Phil had said was happening. According to him, the border people, like Border Patrol and Border Security, whoever is in charge down there, or whoever he was talking to that was in charge down there, I guess, they were saying that when the illegals come across the border and they get arrested, they don't have anywhere to go. But if they say they have somewhere to go, and they can call and verify that they were actually going to a home or something, like saying it's our uncle's house they're going to, they'll put them on a plane and just send them to wherever they're, say it was in Minnesota. The uncle lives in Minnesota. They put them on a plane, fly them to the uncle in Minnesota. No vetting to see who the person really is. So the speculation from the border people is that they're essentially were just putting people coming across the border, just putting children right into sex trafficking. Because on the other end, there's some Russian dude or whatever who's the uncle. Actually, is not an uncle; it's some Russian sex trafficker. So that was one of the craziest, scary things I took away from that episode of that show. So that definitely was scary seeing that for sure. Gabarita just took my advice and she did tag me in the chat and she said, love you and the show. Well, thanks, Gabarita. I love you too. Thanks for being here and for commenting. Talked a lot of politics last night. Talked about a lot last night. I went for 4 hours, apparently. I talked for 3 hours and maybe ranted for an hour. But there was definitely a lot of show last night. If you didn't see last night's issue, I recommend going back and watching it. There was one comment here regarding some of the political stuff I talked about. It said, why did Biden wait until right before elections to attempt to close the border? Can any libtard say one specific thing that Biden has done good for actual American citizens? Well, some people would argue the loan forgiveness and things like that. And I think the job numbers are pretty good. So people will say that about him, I guess. He's been supposedly repairing infrastructure. I don't know. The roads are pretty bad around here, but I do see a lot of construction, so maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's some federal funding for infrastructure. A lot of new highway work being done, and that new bridge finally went in, but that's been being built for the last 10 years. It feels like. Let's see here. So yeah, I don't know that he. Again, though, you going back to what we talked about last night with the border and the election. The Republicans had the chance to pass a bill to help shut down the influx of people coming across the border, and they chose to turn it down in order to wait until the election, when Trump wins, then they can say that Trump fixed the border. So it's kind of shitty on both sides, to be quite honest with you. That's kind of my whole point. I'm not touting either of them as being great. Both sides are fucked right now. Another quick comment I got here from Lemons Laura. she obviously heard me during my AT&T outage speech, me freaking out about being worried about needing to start prepping and hoarding and things like that. So she gave a $10 superfan donation. Thank you very much, Laura. And she said the $10 is to begin doomsday prepping. So, and then she says, also, Mikey definitely needs to call in more. So, yeah, I think I got a text really right before the show started. Mikey, if you're watching, dude, I don't have the phone set up right now. I turned off the connection to you when you stepped off. Yeah, step off, dude. Step off, George. No, when you stepped away for a sec. I disconnected that feed because it's one less thing that drags on my GPU or whatever. Or my graphic card, not my GPU, my graphic card. So it's just it takes a sec to get that all set up. So this evening, Mikey, if you got something you want to talk about, just shoot me a phone call. I'll put you on at that point. So let's see here. I had an email here. It's a pretty funny email. Where did it go? Boop, 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 boop. There was last night I mentioned that I was going to be. Hold on one second. Let me pull this over here so I can read it. Last night I mentioned that one of the League of Dummies or a couple League of Dummies members had thrown in some cash. I think one of them Cash App me money, and the other one put in some money through a superfan donation. And I had mentioned last night, once with the money that they gave me, there was some controversy about what I was spending the money on because it was supposed to be initially for flowers for my mom. Well, my mom was not really feeling flowers for reasons that shall go unmentioned per her, but we talked about it, and she would much rather I took her out for a nice dinner. So the reservations have been made. She and I are going to go out to dinner, and I really want to thank. Oh, real quick, the email I got. It says that when I do take her out to dinner, in order to appease everybody who was upset about the flowers not going to my mom, it said, the email says from Brett, take a picture of the garnish on her plate and post that as the picture for the flowers that you got for her. That's pretty funny. Just take a picture of like some parsley on the plate or whatever. Just say, here's those flowers I promised everybody. That's pretty good. But actually, I have to thank Secret ADS Mod. She was the inspiration for my dinner plans for tomorrow with my mom. It is all set. And I have to thank her for sending in this thing. I just saw it today. She actually sent it a couple weeks ago, but I just saw it today. Check it out, guys. Taco Bell has a brand new menu that is available, and I can't wait to take my mom out for a nice dinner at Taco Bell. Oh, why is it all zoomed in? That's weird. Why does that look like that? Hello? Why did I do that? There we go. All right, so here we go, guys. This is what they have on the new menu at Taco Bell. The Cantina chicken menu. So, kind of the higher end options that you have for your tacos. They have a new dessert option there. You can see it's like a Choco Taco. Very, very good. I'm looking forward to that. That might be a great thing to have for dessert. They got these new nugget things that come with some sort of spicy dipping sauce, it looks like. And here's a list of them. I'll just read them off. We got the cheesy chicken crispinata. That's going to be available. It's already available. The cheesy chicken crispinata features chicken marinated in slow cooked with garlic, tomato, and onion combined with a blend of Monterey pepper jack, cheddar, and pepper jack, and mozzarella cheese inside crispy Taco Bell pastry dough. That's I think I saw a picture of that one up here. That's in the middle there next to that secret sauce. That looks like the empanada thing that they have, so that looks fucking good. I love a good buffalo chicken empanada. But so yeah, I mean oh look, you got a crunch wrap with some Cheetos built into it. So there's another new option. So I'm really wondering what she's going to end up choosing as her new option. The crispy chicken nuggets, the cheesy street chalupas. Ooh, what is that? Cheesy flatbread with small tortilla with a blend of mozzarella and pepper jack that are fried together. Okay, yeah. Filled with customer's choice of slow roasted chicken or marinated grilled steak and finished with a flavorful sauce and then diced onions and cilantro. And it comes with 2 chalupas. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, my mom is bougie and does like gelato, so they have a Mountain Dew Baja Blast gelato that I can have her try. Maybe that can be, instead of the Choco Taco thing, she can have that for dessert. Or maybe the Dolce de Leche Cinnamon Delights, she could try those. There's some brand collabs, though. The Cheez-It one, the Cheez-It Crunch Wrap that I mentioned. The Tajin sauce thing. And then Disha Hot. So there's a new hot sauce packet that's going to be available too. So really some great options for our dinner tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to taking her out so we can have a nice dinner together at Taco Bell. And thanks to you guys for that. I really appreciate it. Superfan donation from Robert says, first time listening live, keep up with the good shows, work 70 hours a week driving, and your show helps me through my workday. Well, right on, Robert. I appreciate that. Thank you for the superfan donation. Thanks for hooking me up. And thanks for watching Another Dumb Show live. And even when you're not watching live, I appreciate that so much. Because there are quite a few people who that go back and watch the show after the fact, which just tells me I need to be posting it on Spotify and stuff like that too. But I'm just kind of lazy, right? I don't work. No, I do need to do better about that and getting it posted on Spotify and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, I was just kidding. I'm not actually going to take my mom to Taco Bell, obviously, when we go out to eat. But I did come across a really awesome option. She loves really good foreign foods. And, not Taco Bell, obviously. And it sounds strange. But a lot of one of the foods that she loves is actually Indonesian food and like Indonesian street food. So I was able to find her really one of the most authentic Indonesian street food vendors here in town. So here, check it out. This is where we're going to actually go for dinner. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. That looks delicious. That looks delicious. I'm muting that because I don't know what the fuck that was. Yep, okay, perfect. Yep. All right, so he's, you see, okay, a little armpit sauce there. He's just got his foot in the muck. All right, another little armpit seasoning on that one. All right, let's get some more shin juice in there. Mom, this looks like you're kind of, oh, okay, let's blow some snot rockets in there at the end of it. Perfect. So this is where we're gonna go. And it's and I know you guys are gonna say Indonesian street food that can't cost the amount of money that was donated, Dom. What are you doing to us here? We're not falling for your games, but guys, if this is what she wants, Indonesian street food, she is going to get some Indonesian fucking street food. And like I said, this guy is the best with his armpit seasoning, his shin juice seasoning, and when I first watched this video, it made me think about how there are some people who don't wash their lower legs from like their knee down when they take a shower. That's so strange to me. Like they skip and go right to their feet. They like don't wash their shins. I think my old buddy on the show used to say that he would do that, and then people would call in and say, "Yeah, no, we definitely didn't. We definitely don't wash our shins." This is very strange behavior to me. Excuse me. So, but no, I'm joking. I did make the reservations for us today to go out to eat at a very nice place here in town. She mentioned that she had wanted surf and turf, so I made reservations at a place that is known for. I wouldn't say it's known for that, but it's got some pretty cool options as far as that goes. So, looking forward to a wonderful dinner date with my mom, and it'll be nice because I don't know, because it's my favorite thing to do is like fine dining. It's my guilty pleasure. I love dumping a bunch of money at a really fine restaurant where they treat you like a king, and no matter who you are, they're just going to treat you like first class, and it's just the best experience ever. If you've never splurged and gone out for like a fine dining dinner at a nice steakhouse or something, it's truly like, it's awesome. It's such a fun experience, and it's expensive a lot of times, for sure. If you're going, depending where you go, it can be very expensive, and depending on what you order, because everything on these menus are usually a la carte. It's not like you get like a steak with potatoes and vegetables and everything that comes out on one plate. You got to literally pick, what specific steak you want. You got to pick what specific sides you want, and it's all on this a la carte menu where everything's individually priced per item, which is very expensive. But that's why you end up getting all the best stuff. So holy shit, wow, Angelina is going ham in there. She just gifted 5 another Dumb Show memberships. Steve got one, Rain got one, Dankus Kyle got one, Faye got one, and Kim got one. So thank you, Angelina, for that. And then she jumped and went even further and went with a huge superfan donation. So thank you so much. That is her 10th superfan donation on a live stream. So thank you so much, Angelina. You've been one of the biggest supporters here financially of Another Dumb Show, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you for your huge donation. It will really help keep Another Dumb Show up and running, because we are fan funded after all. Let's see here. So yeah, when we go out to dinner tomorrow night, I am wondering if, because I always like to have speaking of that, a nice glass of wine when I go out to dinner, especially at a nice fine dining establishment. Have a little bit of wine. Usually I like to order a nice bottle of wine. My mom, my mom isn't sober. She doesn't drink much because, she's had a history in the past of overdoing it, and she's aware of that, and she's made a lot of changes. That was years and years ago. We're talking like 30 some years ago. But she's just still, so now every once in a while she'll get a little buzz here and there. She'll get, have a couple beers if she comes over with me just to hang out on a weekend or an evening or something. But I wonder what we'll do when we go out to dinner. I'm wondering if we will, if she wants to split some wine, if she's not going to want to drink. If she wants to drink, I'm not really going to be able to drink because I'm obviously going to be driving. So I'm not sure how we'll roll with that. But I wouldn't mind if we split a bottle of wine. I could have a glass of wine. That's no big deal. But the problem is when I have one glass of wine, I usually want more. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, All right. So speaking of wine and beer and drinking, I found a story today, or actually, I don't know, yesterday or the day before. Do you guys remember, or do you know the saying, beer before liquor, never been sicker? That's the obvious one that most people know. And then there's the beer before wine and you'll feel fine, or the other ones that most people say. Um, and the reason people say that is more, I don't know if it's, I always thought it was directed to more towards throwing up. You know what I mean? Beer before liquor, never sicker. You drink beer and then, or what is it? See, which doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense because when I have beer and then start doing shots, that's when I start throwing up. You know, if I drink beer by itself, I'm usually fine. If I drink liquor by itself, I'm usually fine. But if I mix the two, that's when I start throwing up. So that makes sense. But in this article, they're saying that it has more to do with the sayings have more to do with the after effects the next day, the hangover. That these combinations and these sayings are more directed towards the day after hangover stuff versus being sick, which is weird to me. So, some German researchers at the Helios University Hospital Wuppertal in Germany, Dr. Kai O. Hensel, created I can't see that name Kai without thinking of Smash, Smash, Smash. Anytime I see the name Kai, forever, that's all I will think of. What a crazy documentary was. That is on Netflix. If you've never watched the documentary about Kai, you got to watch that. It's crazy. But anyway, back to the sayings, beer before liquor, never sicker. This research group at this German university, they decided to, quote, investigate the influence of the combination and order of beer and wine consumption on hangover intensity. So they got 90 students from this college. They were, I guess some of the, it must be they have older students at this university too, because the students range from 19 years old to 40 years old. They divided them into 3 groups. On day 1, the first group drank beer until the blood alcohol level clocked in at 0.05%. Then they switched things up and had them drink wine until their blood alcohol content reached 0.11. So they drank beer first till they got to a little tipsy, and then they added in the wine until they got nice and drunk at 0.11. Second group conducted the same experiment, but they did it in reverse order. So they did the wine first up to 0.05 and then beer up to a 0.11. And then a third control group drank either only beer or only wine. After each drinking session, participants were asked about their well-being and perceived level of intoxication. Then the next morning, the drinkers rated their hangover's intensity on a scale from 0 to 7 according to how thirsty, nauseous, tired, and dizzy they felt. So, excuse me. So then a week later, they run the whole test over again, and they switch it up. So people who initially drank beer first, they then switched up and they drank wine first this time, and then vice versa. Then the group that exclusively drank beer switched to wine, and then because there were 3 groups, that third group that didn't mix beer and wine, they either just drank beer or just drank wine, and they switched as well. So 3 different groups, whole thing reversed the second time around. So here's what's kind of interesting about it. So what they say, a spokesperson for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics says a single drink of alcohol is enough to trigger a hangover for some people, while others may drink heavily and escape the hangover entirely, said Sandra Aravello. So what they figured out is that, honestly, in the end, after tallying their scores, researchers found that drinking order did not have a major effect on hangover severity, which was impacted but more by how their bodies processed alcohol. So all these old school sayings, the beer before wine, feeling fine, or whatever, beer before liquor, never sicker. Um, those are all bullshit, according to the study. Now, I feel like 0.11 that's fairly drunk. I mean, you're feeling pretty good at that point because I believe when I got 20 some years ago when I got popped for my Dewey, I believe I blew a 0.14. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. What I think I need to do is order a blood alcohol thing, BAC, and I need to try this test on my own. And but my problem is, again, I feel like those sayings are more directed to throwing up versus hangover the next day. So it'll be interesting to see if I make myself puke doing it the way they say here. F1 Frank or Four Loco Frank, you're on Another Dumb Show. What's up?
Hey, Dom, I wanted to say I like the Four Loco Frank, man.
Do you like that? You want to switch
like that.
You want to switch to Four Loco Frank? You got it, buddy. All right, it's official.
I think I do, man. I kind of like that a little bit.
It's fitting. It's fitting because you like to drink your Four Locos after you get off work, right?
Yeah, well, just one, and then after that, it's just regular beers. But
That's right. Okay, I forgot the cocktail mix, the blend.
yeah, so that's what you were just talking about, mixing beers, man, or mixing drinks or whatever. I don't know. That just seems ridiculous to me. I've done shots in the middle, like I've drank a bunch of beers, then did shots, then drank a bunch of beers after, and vice versa.
Yeah.
That almost seems kind of ridiculous. I mean, I should be the show.
Drunk?
What's the word I'm looking for? We're drunk. Yeah, drunk. But like the show.
I'm just playing.
What's the word? Expert. The show expert.
Our alcohol and drinking expert. Now, do you notice a difference? Like, do you have a worse hangover if you drank a bunch of beer and then a Four Loco? Would you think you'd feel worse the next morning?
I can supposedly say I've never done that, but I haven't had a hangover in 15 years,
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't
yeah.
get hangovers.
Well, that's the reason I started smoking weed in the first place was to get rid of hangovers because I realized that weed helped me get through hangovers back when I was a big drinker when I was younger, when I could first turn 21 and whatever. But well, let's see, Frank. All right, so your expertise is that you don't get hangovers because you drink so much.
Well, no, I don't drink all day. Like all day, I don't. That sounded wrong. Like all day, I don't drink, and then I drink at night.
Right on.
But then I haven't had a hangover in 15, 20 years.
Secret
I don't
ADS.
understand these people that feel like garbage the next day.
Secret ADS Mod wonders what you think of the phrase "liquor in the front, poker in the back."
That is my favorite phrase.
There you go. Hey, what's your favorite kind of beer, Frank?
With Natty Ice.
Natty Ice? Oh, that's the wrong answer. My dad taught me that when anybody ever asks you that question, the answer is free and cold.
Well, that's obviously better, but
That's I'm just telling you.
Start drinking some of that stuff. I like piss stronger beer than like a Bud Light or some of that stuff. My piss is stronger. My piss will get you drunker than.
Well, how would you know that? Did somebody drink your piss and they got drunk?
No, but I just know the alcohol content would have to be higher.
Gotcha.
Because what's the alcohol content on a Bud Light? Like 3%?
I'm actually reading back to back two different people said the exact same comment. Michael K said, that's because you have to actually stop drinking to have a hangover. Then Mikey said, you actually have to stop drinking to get a hangover. That is some funny shit right there. All right,
Yeah,
F1.
but I don't drink. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm sober all day long.
No, I'm just
So
busting your chops,
I
dude. It's
just,
nighttime. You work. You're a hardworking dude. You like your drinks at night. You're at home. You're not hurting anybody. I'm not sweating you, bro. You do you, man. The only thing that's getting hurt is your liver.
in my kidneys and I'm sure other parts of my body, but
Well, there you go. All right. Well, if it's that much, there you go. So,
but yeah,
uh,
man, it doesn't matter if you drink beer, then liquor, then wine, then liquor, then beer, then that's all made up.
well, that's what the researchers proved at this point. So, and now we have an actual expert to prove
The
corroborate
researchers need
the
to
research.
contact me
Well,
and let me
well,
take their study.
I will record this phone call and send it to them and say, look, guys, you're right. Sound good?
And have them pay me to take their study.
There you go. Drink for free. That's what I always like when I was a big fat guy. All I wanted to do was be an ice cream taste tester. So there you go. This is an alcoholic's dream research job. So, all righty, Frank. I appreciate it, bro. Have a
Hey,
good
Dom,
night, dude.
no, it's for
Oh,
local, Frank.
oh, that's right. For Loco Frank. I appreciate it, my dude. Have
Have
a
a
good
good
one.
one, Dom.
Later, bro.
See ya.
I love that. He cracks me up, Frank does. 844 hit Dom, 844-448-3862 is the number to call. I don't know, do you guys disagree with that? Do you feel like, because I got to be honest with you, I don't think I noticed a difference with the hangovers when I mix stuff. I only really noticed that one of them, the mixing, makes me want to throw up. So let me know what you guys think. All right. I just was talking about how that they did that research in Germany and for the study for the alcohol. And they did, the alcohol study we were just talking about with the, beer before liquor or beer before wine, whichever one makes you feel fine and hangover related or whatever. But so anyway, in Germany, though, that's where they did the study. They have today, today they made it legal, but starting April 1st, smoking cannabis and carrying up to 25 grams of weed is now legal in Germany. So the parliament passed a law that will legalize the cultivation and consumption of a limited amount of marijuana. It was made in an effort to regularize the behavior of the 4.5 million Germans who are estimated to use it. So, wow, 4.5 million Germans are smoking weed. Now, my mom told me that that's where they got some really good hash in Germany. That when she was younger, and in like the late 60s, early 70s, when all the dudes were coming back from Vietnam or coming back from Germany or through Germany from Vietnam or whatever, they were coming back with all kinds of hash. So I don't know if that's because Germany, the way, if you've ever been to Germany, it's almost like a middle point in from, Europe and Southern, all different. It's just like a big meeting point, essentially. So it makes sense. Sorry, I just got distracted by something I read there. It makes sense then that hash might have gotten transported up from like Turkey or wherever like that. But she always says that the good hash came from Germany. And I smoked hash a couple times in my life. Hash was fucking awesome. That was fucking great. And that was like when I first started smoking. So it was real strong. And I was getting real ripped. So, but no, this bodes well for. I remember I joked around about, or kind of not joked around, but thrown around the idea of trying to relearn German and get really good at German and get good at talking about football in German to the point where maybe I could end up, because I liked Germany when I went there when Rover took me to Oktoberfest, took me in B1. I loved Germany. I really loved Munich. It was a really cool city. And it grew on me. So I was like, yeah, this is a cool place. I feel like this is somewhere I could live. It was pretty neat. It was unusual. You ever just get to those places where you're just like, I feel like this is a place where I could live. And I know everybody's like that when you go on vacation or something like that. But it was just something about that city was pretty neat. Like I said, I liked how everything came together, especially at Oktoberfest. There were so many different people coming and meeting all at once. But it'll be interesting to see how that affects Oktoberfest. Is there going to be weed allowed inside the Oktoberfest thing? I mean, those are big tents, and there's probably no smoking allowed in there, or maybe I can't remember because they could work, and it's all just wood, so it could just go up like a fucking tinderbox. Um, so I wonder how that will work because there is a big, obviously open outdoor area at Oktoberfest, but it was raining when we were there, so we didn't really spend much. I mean, it was like cold and wet rain. It was awful, so you didn't want to be outside at all. It was literally just get from the hotel, get through the gate at Oktoberfest, and then try to get inside one of these big tent things. And I'm trying to think. They did have some outdoor seating where we had a lot of fun. That's where I let a German girl motorboat me, and it pissed off B1, and it set into motion a whole bunch of fighting the rest of the night. Sorry, B1. But so that's exciting news. If I do end up, what if I somehow get motivated enough to actually learn German and figure out a way to do some sort of NFL connected, German connected thing, it would be cool to be able to smoke weed in Germany because I got to tell you what, it sucked for that week being there, not being able to smoke. I remember we were walking somewhere. I think we were walking to the Glockenspiel with Jeffrey and Mary Elizabeth, the Latokes. On the way over there, there was weed in the air, and I stopped dead in my tracks, and I was like, "Oh, hello, old friend," because anytime I go without weed for a few days, and then I finally get it again, that's literally what the first thing that comes out of my mouth is. Hello, old friend, because I'm such a fucking disgusting stoner. So, Germany is the 9th country to legalize recreational use of the drug. And then obviously it's legal in some places here in the United States, in some places in Australia as well. So, man, that's a pretty cool thing. Weed getting, I mean, I know there's a lot of countries, but Germany's a pretty big deal for them to make it legal. So another reason to go to Oktoberfest again or learn German and try to be better. Learn that German and try to talk some football and maybe do like a German football podcast or something like that from an American perspective. Well, let's see here. Here you go. Speaking of weed, I got a pretty funny video that I found. This is something, so I was saying I should try that blood alcohol content thing. Well, I do have a hairdryer and I do have weed, so maybe I should give this thing a try. Why is there no sound playing? I don't know why the sound isn't playing. But hold on, let me start over. So if you're not watching the video, it is a Coke can taped to the back of a hairdryer, and the Coke can has the lid chopped off, and it's filled with weed, like more than halfway, with a bunch of, not like broken up weed, just full ass nugs. There's probably a half ounce of weed, if not more in that, I'd say. Maybe a little more than a half. And they've got it attached to the back of a hairdryer, and they're getting ready to torch it and fire up the hairdryer, which, they have it attached. They have it attached to the inlet valve. What do I keep doing? Hitting the wrong button. They have it attached to the inlet valve on the back of the hairdryer. So when you turn it on, it's going to suck down the weed. And here's what happens when they do that. Why is the audio doing this? Maybe they did it. Jesus, look at all that smoke. That's fucking insane. They're smoking the wrong end of it now. He's so high. Look at all that smoke. That's some Snoop Dogg shit right there. So then they do it again. Oh, shit. And then they catch the whole thing on fire at the bottom. Fuck. That was dumb. That was really dumb. Because that thing's hot as balls. Good for them. Way to live it up, boys. Now you can take that to Germany and you can go get ripped in Germany now. So congratulations to those dudes for being awesome AF and being so creative, such ingenuity. I love what American kids do. I'm assuming they're American. I also love what this Australian teen did. The story is so silly to me. It's so good. Um, Let me see if I think I have the video of it, the actual, I believe, the actual prank. So there's this kid in Australia. This kid in Australia is in trouble because he posted himself on TikTok or Instagram. I can't remember. I think it's Instagram. Performing a prank. And there's a couple women in Australia who were on like a, I don't know, some sort of excursion, just the two of them on a nice little boat. Here, I'll just show you a picture of the two of them so you can see. There's the still shot of the two of them in the boat. And as the boat is going underneath a bridge, oh, is there more than two women on there? Oh, there's four women on there. I thought it was only two. While they're going under the bridge, this kid decides that he's going to pull a prank on these ladies. And this is the dumbest prank in the world. But it made me, I don't know why, it made me laugh so hard. So he just throws this. So he sprays this white substance all over these women as they're screaming, "Don't do it!" Now this would obviously, I'm laughing because I'm only laughing because it brings out the little kid in me. Because when I was a little kid, I loved doing kind of horrible, shitty things like this. Like I threw snowballs at cars, and I loved any kind of prank like this because it is in the end pretty harmless. It sucks. It's gross. They're gonna be covered in milk. It's gonna ruin their day. It's gonna get all over their clothes. So maybe it could ruin their clothes. Maybe I give them that. All right. So maybe it could be bad for the clothes. They got cashmere on or some shit. I don't know. But I, for whatever reason, found this to be one of the funniest things I've seen. And then there was the reaction video. The girls actually pulled up their phones and started recording right after from the boat, right after the kid did his prank.
It wasn't us. We actually gonna stink.
So there it was. You could see everything was all covered with milk. It wasn't the type of white substance you'd think it would be. It was not that kind of white substance. It was just a bunch of milk. But this kid, after this happened, apparently this kid goes to a $20,000 a year high school in Australia. He's 16 years old. He was handed a combination of suspension and other punitive action, reparation, apologies, and counseling in the wake of the viral stunt, which got viewed more than 32 million times, apparently. The school says, "We continue to have the firm view that this behavior was completely unacceptable and have treated the matter with the utmost seriousness." And so he had uploaded it through his Instagram account, Giddy No Kitty. I guess those are called go boat rides on the Yarra River. If only we had Aussie Sam with us still. Okay. Big ups. Rest in peace. So yeah, that's what the girl said. You book a go boat for your friend's birthday, and some kid on the bridge above pours a whole bottle of milk on us. So I know it's horrible. I shouldn't laugh, but part of it does bother me in the sense that, like, I hate when schools punish kids for things they do outside of school, unless it's something violent, some sort of violent crime or some sort of crime that could hurt somebody else. This is pretty harmless. I mean, it's just a kid fucking spilling milk. I mean, people say, there's the saying, don't cry over spilled milk. Well, I mean, that's essentially what this guy did. He just spilled a bunch of milk, and he just happened to do it on a bunch of ladies, which kind of funny. It made me laugh, at least. Let's see here. MJM says the camera is high. I think he's talking about going back to that stoner video that I played a minute ago. I think, yes, the camera was even high in that one. Or, I don't know what else he'd be talking about. Oh, boy, you know what else is high right now? A spy balloon over the United States again, guys. You thought I was just going into this weird conspiracy theory guy now. I turn into this nut. I watch a couple Joe Rogan podcasts, and all of a sudden I'm a conspiracy nut. I'm not. Um, but it is interesting, though, that just after we're talking a little bit about, Chinese infiltration coming through the border yesterday and things like that. And now we have another small high altitude balloon that is drifting across the country right now. The military has tracked it and actually intercepted the balloon, but they have commented, quote, the balloon was intercepted by NORAD fighters over Utah who determined it was not maneuverable and did not present a threat to national security. NORAD will continue to track and monitor the balloon, but the FAA is also determined the balloon. Oh, excuse me. NORAD will continue to track and monitor the balloon, according to the statement they released. The FAA also determined the balloon posed no hazard to flight safety. Okay. What about, how does it not present a threat to national security when last time these were Chinese spy balloons? And I mean, do you remember last time when we had to, let's see here, where's that at? Dude, do you remember this? Remember this last year? It was just last year this shit was happening. Zoom in on it because it's a little hard to see. It's a fucking balloon in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, do you remember this shit?
Oh, there's two streaks. You might have Oh, they hit it.
Oh, I cut away right there. It is. There you go. So there's the balloon blowing up. The last one, I don't even remember when it was. Sometime in 2023. Did I not cut to it? Did I never play it? Did I not cut to it? Here, let me show it again.
Oh, there's two streaks. You might have Oh, they hit it.
Boom. There it goes. So remember, they had to do this last year because we had the Chinese spy balloons, which they said it was just a weather balloon that just drifted off. How many of those were there? 2 or 3? They all just drifted off, huh? Interesting. I don't know. I'm not really cool. Yeah, so I don't know what to think about this. Let me see. What else was the other thing I saw about it here? One of the U.S. officials told CBS News that the balloon was expected to be over Georgia by Friday night. That's tonight. So it started over, I thought, Colorado. And it's going to make its way all the way over to Georgia by Friday. The official said the balloon appeared to be made of mylar and had a small cube-shaped box about 2 feet long on each side, hanging below it. And then again, its origins and purpose remain unknown. Oh my God! So, last year, a Chinese balloon carrying sophisticated spying equipment flew over the continental U.S. for several days. The Chinese Foreign Ministry claimed that the balloon was meant to collect weather data and had deviated far from its planned course due to high winds, all the way across the Pacific Ocean, huh? Crazy. Get out of here. The military shot it down off the coast of South Carolina. Oh, so it was all the way back in February of last year. Oh, okay. Literally, so a year later, not to the date, but February 4th last year is when it got shot down. So right at the beginning of February, right towards the end of February this year. So that's a weird coincidence. I don't know if that means anything, but very interesting. That last spy balloon last year, the Pentagon eventually concluded that balloon did not transmit information back to China, but it did put the U.S. military on high alert for other objects in U.S. airspace. Did it? Because are they on high alert right now? Because it seems like they're just letting this thing float across the country like it's no big fucking deal, which is pretty fucking weird if you ask me. Let's see here. What else did I have here? I think I had another email I wanted to read. Hold on one second. Oh, hold on. I grabbed the wrong thing. Where is this at? Okay. This email is from Lou. He says, happy to hear your mother is doing well. This is the one who I could never tell if it was Lou or Lewis, but he clarified. I'm going to call him Lou from now on. He said, Lou says, Jake called in and talked a lot. This is a guy, Jake, not drunk Jake, called in. And I'm just going to kind of paraphrase a little bit here because this is another pretty long email from Lou. And he goes, Jake called in and talked a lot, but said nothing. I was putting my 3-year-old to bed, so I couldn't comment in real time, but Jake had mentioned his neighbor doesn't like him and calls him a dick every time he sees him. And Lou says his neighbor doesn't like him because he doesn't know what he's talking about. He says dumb things like Biden is working in the middle or he has a compelling story. Only half the country is ever represented. Yet everyone is represented by the congressman and senator voted on by the people of that state. When the Republicans had the presidency, the Democrats controlled Congress. Now Democrats are in the power and the Republicans control the Senate. Look at Biden's track record. 50 years in the Senate and accomplished nothing. He's a policy flip-flopper. Obama famously said on a hot mic, never underestimate Joe's ability to fuck something up. Did he really say that? Is that true? Let me find that. I'm going to find that. Obama, hot mic, Biden. What did he say? Underestimate. All right. Where's the video? Let's see it. All right. I'm going to Snopes for it. Claim. Former U.S. President Barack Obama once said of U.S. President Joe Biden, quote, don't underestimate Joe's ability to fuck things up. In October 22, Twitter users shared a purported quote to claim that Obama once said that of Biden. And it's also been tweeted by other right-wingers, even Donald Trump Jr. The quote was first reported by Politico on January 17, 2020, just days before the Iowa caucuses, where Biden came in fourth. Hold on. It doesn't say anything about it being a hot mic at all. It was just based on a tweet. I'm trying to read. I mean, this is a lot to read here about this, but. Well, there's a lot to read here about it, but from what I'm reading, it was just a tweet and that it actually wasn't officially a hot mic moment. But neither here nor there. Lou, not a fan of Biden, not a fan of Jake's comment. In fact, he tells me, do not give that guy any more airtime. He's an idiot. So a lot there from Lou. He went on quite a rant. He even sent me some videos afterwards saying, here's some funny videos to palate cleanse. And I actually just forgot to pull them ahead of time, so I apologize, Lou. But thank you for your email. I greatly appreciate it. I love when you guys email in. 844-HIT-DOM, 844-448-3862. Oh, I'm peeking over at the chat here. Curious George is saying that here's what he says. I need to do the McDonald's challenge for sure. My laptop has a crappy camera to do it, so may have to see if I can do it from my phone. Yeah, dude, you could do it right from your phone easily. You have an iPad or anything like that. I'm assuming you've got those Ray-Ban glasses. You probably got an iPad or some sort of tablet. But your phone would work just fine. It really does work just fine probably for what you need to do. It might work best, to be honest with you. Shoot me an email, George, with the McDonald's, just mentioning, hey, I want to do the McDonald's challenge, so I remember that you want to do it. And then we will get it set, and then let me know the best times for you to do it and the best day to do it. And we'll get you set up to do it. See if you can beat my time. You want to do the regular one or the double Mac challenge? That's the real man shit. All right. People, it's been a lot of bitch made shit with the McDonald's challenge with the regular one. And now I've upped the game with the faster time with more meat. Because you know that I can get more meat down my throat than any other man can as quickly as I did. No, I don't even know what I'm saying. Anyway, B4 says, I can't wait to actually drink wine with you someday. I hope that she's saying that's me, to me, or I don't know, or maybe she's saying it's somebody in the chat, but I cheers to you. I hope to be able to drink wine with you two someday. Let's see here. It is, it's 8:05 already. Holy cow. Let's take a quick break. Second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. So if you got some kids, figure out a way to attach them to the nearest Chinese spy balloon and just fucking send them off, okay? Just get rid of them, get your drinky drink on, your mokey moke on, and then we'll be back drinking some, hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I love to have you guys here for the rest of the show chilling. So having said that, just a reminder, like, comment, share. If you've not already taken a second to hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, please smash that shit. I don't care what part of your body you got to do it with. You want to sit on it with your big fat ass or with your tight little ass. Whatever kind of ass you got, sit on the thumb butt if you got. You got a big, huge hog. Take your big hog out and bang, hit that shit. Do whatever you got to do. You got a little tiny dingy-lingy, use your little dingy-lingy and try to hit the button. Just do it, all right? Let's just get it done. Hit that thumbs up for it, brother. All righty, guys, we'll be right back. Hang on. Okay, we're back. Damn, that's loud. All right, welcome back to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you guys for joining me here on issue number 185. So good to have you guys all here. I've been peeking in the chat during the break, and thank you to everybody who's hanging out in the league tonight. I greatly appreciate all of you guys being here. A lot of members in there, so that's nice. Let's see. Where is... All right, so before the break, I mentioned how Curious George was in there saying how he wanted to do Mikey's McDonald's Challenge. And I did say... whoever's on hold, I'll get you in a sec. Curious George wants to do Mikey's McDonald's Challenge. There's some questions in the chat about what Mikey's McDonald's Challenge consisted of. Again, that was... For those of you who don't know what Mikey's McDonald's Challenge is, Mikey, who's been on and off the show and whatever. Mikey's a contributor to the show, we'll call it. How about that? Make it easier. Mikey's a contributor to the show. At one point, he was telling a story about how on a Sunday night, I think it was, he binge ate like a maniac. He ate a bunch of edibles, I think. And he ordered 3 Big Macs, 20-piece McNugget, a large fry, a large drink, and 3 sauces. So that, upon me hearing that, I said to myself, well, I can eat all that food, and why not see how fast I can eat it? And thus make it a challenge. So Mikey's McDonald's Challenge was born. I tried it live. I was able to do the challenge, the 3 Big Macs, 20 nuggets, large fry, large drink, 3 sauces in 18 minutes and 17 seconds. There were some questions in there about how, in the chat during the break, about how long it took me to do it. 18 minutes, 17 seconds. That was for the first one. Now, the second go round, and other people have tried Mikey's McDonald's Challenge since. I created this time to beat. Nobody has beat the time yet. I think we've had, at least I know Mikey, Austin, Jason, PDJ, 4, at least 4 people have tried it. A 5th maybe, if I'm missing you, I forget, I apologize, but at least 4 people have tried it. Everybody bowed out early, some bitch made shit. That's what Mikey calls it when you bow out early. Oh, and Brad, that's who else did it. My bad, Brad, how could I forget you? Brad did it. Brad did not, he did not complete it either. So we've had actually nobody who's actually finished all the food yet even, let alone beat my time. So Curious George is, and then I did take it up a notch a couple weeks ago when McDonald's released the double Big Macs, and I did the challenge with double Big Macs and beat my previous time of 18:17. And there's a little discrepancy in there about actually how long it took me to finish, because I think I ended on a literal bang with a huge fart at 17:52, I believe it was. But I had a little bit of pop left over, but I'd already added pop in. I'd already finished one and added one in. So I was, you know what I'm saying? So I did suck the rest of it down. I think I got the rest of the pop down by 18:05. So we can do an official time of, you want to split the difference and do 17:58 or something like that? Make it official. You guys decide. I don't really care. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't see anybody beating me. All right, let's roll the dice. I'm looking at this phone number, and I have a feeling what I'm about to deal with. But hi, you're on another Dumb Show. Who's this?
I'm a 5 deuce Hoover crit, all right? You got me?
Huh? What do we do? What is this?
Any black person that supports this motherfucker right here is a fucking...
I don't understand. What this is? Somebody playing back something? I don't understand what... I don't even... That was so unintelligible and such bad audio, you can't even tell what it was. So, good job. Good job with that. Big effing waste. Mikey, I can't... Why would somebody sit on hold to do that? Like, what the... Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. So bad at this. So bad at it. Let's see here. Mikey is saying that the original time stands at 17:52 with the double Big Mac. So he wants me to stick with that. So, all right, we'll stick with that time then. I like that idea. Okay. Real quick, I know I don't want to talk politics all night, but I do have one kind of funny story that you can't make up regarding what the Department of Justice has done right now. Tennessee, in Tennessee, like at most states out there, there are prostitutes, right? Women who you pay to have sex with. Many of these prostitutes have HIV, and they will knowingly still have sex with their johns and knowingly infect them with HIV without, or potentially infect them with HIV without telling these people, hey, look, I got HIV, I got the HIV, but if you still want to pay $5, I'll give you a gummy or whatever. But so Tennessee said that, you know what, we need to make that a crime. If a woman does that, or a prostitute for that matter, necessarily doesn't have to be a woman, but any prostitute who has HIV, if you knowingly give or try, if you knowingly transmit the disease to somebody, you are going to get into trouble. And the Department of Justice, or the Justice Department, whatever, filed a lawsuit today against the state of Tennessee, and this is a couple days ago. Filed a lawsuit today against the state of Tennessee and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for violating the Americans with Disabilities Act. The department previously notified Tennessee and the TBI that they violated the ADA by enforcing the state's aggravated prostitution statute against people living with human HIV. That letter of findings detailed the minimum remedial measures necessary to address the discrimination. It goes on to say, the enforcement of state criminal laws, here's the quote from the Justice Department. The enforcement of state criminal laws that treat people differently based on HIV status alone and that are not based on actual risks of harm discriminate against people living with HIV, said Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division. Quote, people living with HIV should not be subjected to a different system of justice based on an outdated science and misguided assumptions. This lawsuit reflects the Justice Department's commitment to ensuring that people living with HIV are not targeted because of their disability. So you can't make this shit up. Tennessee doesn't want prostitutes spreading HIV. The Justice Department wants to punish people for spreading HIV. And the Justice Department says, nah, you're allowed to they can go do that. They can go spread HIV on. CYX says, can women pass HIV on to men? I thought that was really rare. Well, I don't know. That's why I said I don't think this necessarily just has to be women. A prostitute's a prostitute. Male, female, they, whatever at this point. I don't think it really matters. It's just about the knowingly doing it without telling anybody. That's the problem. Let's see here. I don't know what is going on right now, but I am getting really, really, really hot. I'm getting a little nervous that I might actually be getting sick. B1 has been sick for a while, over the past week, and she was getting better and stopped by. And I'm not feeling very well all of a sudden. I'm feeling like I am on fire right now. Whew, this sucks. It started right before the break, and I thought it was just, maybe it was hot, so I took my hoodie off. And I turned my heat down and everything, but man, I'm cooking right now. Oof. You know what it is? You know what I need to do? I need to get the new MLB baseball pants. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but they've really put on, they've really made quite a, there's been a lot of reaction, understandably, to the new MLB uniforms. The new baseball uniforms, for whatever reason, I don't know if these are just spring training or what, but I'm going to open this picture. You tell me what you notice immediately when you see this picture. I don't know if it does it justice. Let me zoom in a little bit. So you can see here's the guys. They look pretty normal right there. Looks like a pretty standard baseball picture right there. But as you scroll down, you noticing anything about those pants? I'm noticing immediately something very prominent is that you can see the tucked in shirt showing through the pants. And this has now all gone viral all over the place because and look how bad this is. Here's one of the, whoops, hold on one sec. Here's another example of one of the picture of one of the pants shots. So this is a professional organization, a professional sports league that decided that this was the best look for their players going onto the field moving forward. Are you kidding me? How absolutely ridiculous is this? I mean, look at this picture. Look how stupid. You could see the tag from the shirt on the top. Why is this not zooming in? Oh, there we go. You can see the tag from the shirt on the top. You can see the Nike shorts underneath. This is the most janky thing I've ever seen. I mean, this is absolutely the lamest, dumbest thing I've ever seen. How do they pay money? I don't know who makes this or what company they're working with, if it's Nike or what. I don't know. Is this just the spring training pants for where it's so cold because it's so hot there? I have no fucking idea. But it is the dumbest look I've ever seen a professional sports team have. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's an abomination. That's all there is to it. An abomination? Not an abomination. An abomination. Let's see here. What was I going to say here? CYX is asking if possibly me getting so hot was, could it be all the sulfates in the wine doing it to me? I haven't had that much. I've only had like a half a glass, not that much. And usually I don't get hot until if I do drink, and like sometimes you get hot when you're drinking. I get hot like in the middle of the night, like last night in the middle of the night because I had quite a bit of wine. Thanks to you guys, by the way. This is the box of wine that you guys got for me. So thank you very much. But it's pretty good. It's a little oaky, not gonna lie, because it's bourbon barrel aged. So it's a little extra oaky and a little bourbony. But it's actually pretty good. Pretty decent cab for being a box wine for sure. So and it's not like a Franzia box. It's like one of those fancy box wines. Let's see, what else was I just gonna say? Oh, going back to the pictures. MJN of the baseball players, MJM says, I thought you were going to point out the absence of dong, probably the Asian curse. I think that was Shohei Ohtani. I don't think he was showing a lot of dong there. Boomer85 says, baseball jerseys are really long, so they don't come untucked. That makes sense. I do agree. I understand that. Therefore, you would definitely make the pants thick enough to make sure that you can get through. You don't see it. It looks fucking ridiculous. Just fucking stupid. All right, some other little sports stuff here that's actually kind of a little bit of a gaming thing. Actually, let me just pull it up here. Big news for anybody who is a fan of, you know what, I'm actually not going to play it. It's stupid. It's just I don't want to play it, actually. I'm playing it. Never mind. Playing it. There is a trailer that came out, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. If you are a fan of college football, if you are a fan of video games, if you are a fan of EA Sports and Madden like I am, then you will love this newest video that came out. Lot of teams. I don't think I play that. Lot of teams. I don't think I can play that. Bump. I think that's We Will Rock You. I don't know if I can play that. Anyway, so what you're seeing is all of the different colleges that are going to be in EA Sports' College Football 25. I'm so used to calling it NCAA football, but it's called College Football 25. Super original name. But it really, I mean, hey, it tells you what you're getting right there. You're getting College Football 25, which I'm so excited for. I've had every version of Madden since it came out, since whatever the first Madden was. I've bought it every single year. It's just like a tradition. I can't, just have to get it. And then when NCAA football was out, I would get that every single year. So I had every copy of NCAA football, every copy of Madden. And I always loved playing NCAA football a little bit more because it had the weird college playbooks with the option and triple option. The NFL wasn't really doing the option at that time when I was playing that game. Not exactly big now, but they do it a little bit. But like literally actual speed options and, old wing tee shit and stuff like that. So a lot of cool old formations. And it'll be interesting to see because it's going to be a lot of spread formations because that's what's in college football now. But man, I just can't wait to do it. To play the game. It's pretty neat what the students are all going to get. Let's see, all 134 FBS teams are in the game. Players in the game who agree to opt in to be a part of it will get $600 plus a copy of the game. So that's a lot of people they need to pay. So I can understand why it's only $600. But they have to say players can opt in via the Compass NIL app. So it's part of the NIL program. And they're saying that more than 11,000 players are expected in the game. Man, that's fucking crazy. That's outrageous. And I did see a thing that they're planning on if there's going to be a players that opt out, they just make them look like a generic player with I don't know if they just pick a face or whatever and just make up like a generic person that doesn't look like anybody. And so there it is. So college football 25 comes out. Oh, I forgot to say the release date. Duh. Does it say when the actual release date is? It's not saying what the actual date is that it's going to be released, but I'm assuming it's probably going to have to be sometime this summer. EA Sports College Football 25 release date. God, my fingers aren't working right now. I don't think it says the actual release date just yet. Just that it's arrives this summer with the full reveal in May. Okay, there you go. So that's when we'll get the full reveal of what the game's going to look like, and then we'll be able to actually see what the game will look like sometime in the summer. So sweet, can't wait for that. Hell yeah. Let's see, what else do I have here? Okay, last night. Michael K said, Dumb, did you see how your boy McAfee is getting canceled because his ratings suck? I'm just curious. I don't. Do his ratings suck? Is he? I don't think it's getting canceled. That's news to me. McAfee show canceled. No, they're on a break this week. What are you talking about? They're on a break. That's what I've been saying. And I think canceled means he's been canceled like cancel culture tried to cancel him because of the whole vaccine stuff with Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel and all the Epstein and all that crap. Mikey, what's up, dude? You're on another dumb show. How are you, bro?
What's up?
Nothing.
I'm good, man. Good. I was gonna say, did you see the absolute joke of what EA is paying these players to have their likeness in the game?
$600.
Oh.
600. Yeah, 600. Do you think that's
$600?
Do you think that's cheap? Like honestly, because they got to pay 11,000. What's 11,000 times 600? I don't know how much that is. Let's see, 11,000 players, 1,000 times $600 is $6.6 million. They have to pay the players just to be in it. So I mean that's a considerable.
Those players aren't going to be incentivized for $600 with the NIL now, and all of them can make money. I don't see any of these big name players giving their likeness up for $600.
Like say if this came out last year,
I don't know if it's going to be
like Arch Manning and stuff like that. You don't see them putting their name in there, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I just don't see it being beneficial for them because then it's going to turn into this giant thing. What are my college football ratings? And then I don't know. I loved playing NCAA football when it was out back in the day. I'd always get that 6 weeks before Madden came out,
It's the best.
make my college player, run through all college, and then import him and then run through 10 seasons with him.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly the way you do it. Hell yeah, man. I totally forgot about doing that. Fuck, that is exactly the way I would do it. Man, that's so much fun. I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, you import your rookie draft class, and you can draft from everybody there.
Mikey, I'm telling you, you got to get that NBA 2K24. It's so fun. It's so much fun.
Really?
I'm telling you, man, I didn't have high hopes for it just because it's a basketball game and I don't know a ton about basketball, but man, it is so much fun. Once you figure out how to work the sticks, because it's mostly stick driven, it's not like I don't think I really ever press X or any of the other buttons because other than to pass it. But like shooting and moving and defense and everything, like you got to use the sticks at the same time, and it's really challenging, but
Really?
so much fun. Yeah, it's really, really cool.
I haven't played an NBA game in like 4 or 5 years. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I'm sure they're gonna drop it on Game Pass at some point.
I'm sure because we're getting towards the end of the season, right? In the NBA actual season, close to it or whatever. I don't even know when the NBA season ends, but
No, the playoffs are in. Well, oh shit, we are closer to June than not. Fuck.
yeah, it's not too far off. Not too far off. So, all right, dude. Yeah, so I'm with you, man. Hopefully, well, that sucks. You do bring up a good point. See, $600, I'm just like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like if I was in college, I'd be like, cool, I got beer money for a semester or whatever. You know what I mean? To me, that's just like,
Yeah.
sweet, $600. But I do understand what you're saying about these
Yeah.
super
Now all
high
the
name
college players
athletes.
are making millions of dollars and all these NIL deals and everything like that.
Yeah, I wonder what percentage of let's see that. What percentage of college football players are
Bunch. I remember seeing
in
one
the
big fat
NIL.
lineman that was getting paid a ton of money by Duke Mayonnaise.
I know, I love that one. In 2022, 17% of student athletes at Division I institutions participated in NIL activities, and it's higher at Power of Five schools and other institutions that have provided NIL education and other support. So, there you go, 17%.
So it's not that. I thought the number would be higher than that.
It's only 17%. And that 17% is probably like literally just from Alabama, Ohio State, Texas, all the big schools right now.
Yeah, all them top 5 power schools, everything like that. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You're right. I'm excited to try it. Any new football games or sport games. I haven't played a Madden in years. Maybe this will be the year that I get college football and Madden and make a run back at it.
Yep. In the meantime, get some basketball, dude. You want to keep your hands busy, bro? That'll fucking do it, man. It's fun. You make a player. I created a player, and I'm kind of and you start at like 60, so you suck. So you really have to work hard to get better. But if you play the game like you play good fundamental basketball and play defense and don't have a breakdown, and it's going to happen because everybody's faster than you, so you're going to have a guy blow by you and dunk on you and shit. But if you play sound defense and you get in close and you can make a couple shots underneath, you get a teammate grade every game. So you move up and you start the game.
I do remember that. So I must have played one in the last few years because I do remember that. But dude, I get so much into MLB the Show. It's not even funny. I hate baseball. I hate watching it. I don't watch playoff baseball, but I love playing MLB the Show. Like I love it.
Yeah, it is great. You know, one of the things I love about sports video games, especially like MLB The Show, like this new basketball one I'm playing, I'm learning all the players in the league again. So, you know what I mean? Because I don't watch it frequently enough.
Help you gamble come playoff season, baby.
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth, dude.
Yeah.
I know who can make the threes and who can't at this point. So. Awesome, good stuff, dude. All right, bro. What have you done any betting lately, or you bet at all lately?
No.
Or you take a break since football?
No, I lost my ass on the Super Bowl.
What did you do? What did you just put a bunch of different little parlays down?
A bunch of little different ones. I made them all way too long. I was too excited about the game.
Yeah.
I got too emotional with my betting. I had like $70 sitting in there. I made a couple $30 bets and a $10 bet. Then I deposited another 50 for some of the fun props. I
Oh,
think I got like fucking $35 back and betting 100.
how much did you love watching
So
Kirko,
like,
the Vikings quarterback, at the NFL honors doing his dance up there with Cam Jordan? How fun was that? Did you see that shit?
that Achilles is looking awfully nice, my guy.
Now,
Even though all the rumors are he's not coming back.
there's lot. I was just that was my next question. I feel like I've heard that he's going to end up in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. From what some of the stuff that I read this week is that Justin Jefferson walked away from contract talks this week until the Kirk situation is figured out. And Kirk walked away yesterday because the Vikings aren't willing to give him guaranteed money over a multi-year deal coming off an Achilles injury.
There you
I don't know
go.
if there is a team in the NFL that's willing to give up $45 million a year guaranteed to somebody coming off an Achilles.
I'd be surprised, man, especially with the bad luck the Browns have had with Deshaun, what happened with Russell Wilson last year. Giving that much guaranteed money away at this point is such, teams have to pay out coaches.
I know the cap just went up by $37 million or whatever it was. The cap just made a giant jump.
Yeah.
It's at, 255.4 for each team right now or whatever it is. So it does free up a bunch of cap room. But to be honest with you, I love Kirk. I'd run through a wall for the guy. I think he could be one of the greatest quarterbacks. But I'm not willing to pay him $45 million a year.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Give me
Okay.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, he's staying in Tampa. He's set. That he's such a douchey dude, and Tampa can be such a douchey city sometimes. It's beautiful, a great city, but there's
Who
how
can
Tampa
turn
gets.
down playing with Justin Jefferson though? He's losing Mike Evans. Mike Evans ain't coming back to Tampa.
That's a good point. I actually didn't even consider that he'd actually. I didn't think he'd even consider leaving Tampa. So, well, maybe money talks though. That's a good point. You can go play in a dome, stay warm. Hell yeah.
It's going to be an exciting offseason. I'm nervous. I shit my pants daily thinking about Kirk in a different color.
Well, I hope I hope for your sake that doesn't happen, and that you end up with your boy back and Justin's back, and you guys get your team, and you can have something to be happy about throughout football season, because I know how much it matters to you. Here's one for you. All right, Skull, brother.
I love you, brother. See ya.
All right, see ya. All right. I am getting hot as balls right now. Michael K, for some reason, is really really on one about Pat McAfee. Like, I just like the show. I don't give a fuck about his ratings or any of that stuff. Like, I'm not on his dick. I just enjoy the program. I'm not really sure what you're getting all worked up about with him and like all that. I don't care. I don't care what his ratings are, because even if he's not on ESPN, he's got a show on YouTube. So I just watch it on YouTube. Just sometimes it's more convenient to watch it on ESPN. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me, bro. You're barking up the wrong tree there. Nugget Man mentioned something earlier. He wants me to do the 1 minute nugget challenge. Now, I don't know what that is. Is that how many nuggets I can get down in a minute? Or is there already a predetermined amount of nuggets that I'm supposed to be able to get down in a minute? Because that would be a fun little challenge. See how many nugs I can crush in 1 minute. I would love that. So yeah, guys have to let me know. All right, let's see here real quick. I am boiling right now, so we might end up wrapping it up a couple minutes early tonight. I don't know if I'm coming down with something or what, but I'm on fire right now. It's really weird, and I think I might be catching something because my lip is like I have this little tiny split in my lip, like it's chapped, and that usually is what happens right when I start getting sick. So getting a little nervous that I might be getting sick. So last night I talked a lot about my main man Superman and how they're coming back to Cleveland. I started crying because of how much I love Superman and blah 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 blah. When I was talking about how he's from Cleveland, well, I have another superhero story here. It's actually is about. I was going to talk about all this last night, but I ended up going off on a rant, and instead, I didn't get to this. But so really, my favorite superhero is Superman. Obviously, I love Superman more than anything. He is has a weird place in my life, even though he's this stupid fictional character. I think of Superman multiple times throughout every single day, multiple times. Very weird. But my next favorite superhero is the Hulk. I love the Incredible Hulk, and I mean, he's just awesome. Just a big green rage monster. If you know me, I'm fueled by rage at times. So the Hulk, I can relate to the Hulk and Bruce Banner. Um, but so going back to the Hulk movies. When I was a kid, I loved the Hulk for Lou Ferrigno. I loved the Incredible Hulk TV show with Bill Bixby and all that. That was the best show. I loved it. Um, and then it went away for a while. The Hulk was gone. Then the Hulk came back in some movies. What was that? Eric Bana or Eric Bana movie with the Hulk, where the Hulk was just like oddly large and really the wrong color green, and was just a bad Hulk. And bad movie, really. Then the next one came along with Edward Norton and Liv Tyler, where he played the Hulk. Edward Norton did, and I actually love that movie. I think it's fucking great. It's really good. You like the Hulk? That's a pretty good Hulk movie. There's some good Hulk shit in that movie. It really is good. Then we get to the Marvel Universe when they start changing everything up with the Marvel Universe. Because Edward Norton, hold on. Oh, see, my nose is starting to run too. Fuck. Edward Norton had some sort of, I don't know if it was an ego thing or he wanted to have more creative control over the Hulk or what. But Edward Norton got dumped from the Marvel Universe right as it was starting. As if you remember, at the end of Hulk, there was a scene with General and Tony Stark, and it was the setup for the Marvel Universe with Iron Man and everything. They drop Edward Norton, and then they bring in Mark Ruffalo. And if you don't remember who Mark Ruffalo is, here's a picture of Mark Ruffalo, and him portraying I guess portraying the Hulk in the Marvel movies. That looks to be some sort of drawing. I don't like Mark Ruffalo based on his portrayal of the Hulk. I don't like what he did to the Hulk. I don't like that the Hulk even a little bit I don't like the Hulk even a little bit playing. I don't like Mark Ruffalo playing his Hulk. I don't like anything about it. It's bad. The Hulk doesn't look right because his face resembles Mark Ruffalo's a little bit, and it shouldn't look anything like Mark Ruffalo. The Hulk doesn't look like Bruce Banner. They're two completely different entities. Whatever radiation thing that happened to the Hulk that caused the Hulk to come out of Bruce Banner or David, I don't even remember. Is it Bruce Banner, David Banner? I always mix that up. Anyway, it came out of Banner. It's not him. While it's the same guy, at some point down the road, the Hulk and Banner end up kind of splitting, and the two of them, if you get into the Hulk comics, it gets crazy with the Hulk. And the Hulk becomes so powerful and gets so mad. He gets so mad and filled with rage that he actually rips a planet in half. The world conqueror, the planet crusher. I can't even remember what they call him. But it's awesome. It's awesome. The Hulk's just awesome. One of the best characters. I find Mark Ruffalo to be very self-absorbed, especially when it comes to the Hulk. And he's spoken out now. Mark Ruffalo did a GQ story. And he's come out and he talked about why he thinks that, quote, a standalone Hulk movie will never happen. He says, quote, I'd love to do a standalone Hulk. I just don't think that's ever going to happen. It's very expensive. And if you did a whole movie, which is why they use Hulk, and it is very expensive if you did a whole movie, which is why they use the Hulk so sparingly. Quote, I priced myself out, the actor jokingly added. Fuck you, dude. If anything, they took the Hulk out because you made him suck and the fucking focus groups didn't like what you did to the Hulk. You fucking made him suck. Irish Ronnie said, every time they try to make a Hulk movie, they always fuck it up. You're right. They do always fuck it up. Secret ADS Mod says, Mark Ruffalo is Hulk. Dumbest thing you've ever said, Secret ADS Mod. He sucks. He sucks at being the Hulk. The description of him, where is my, I put a note on here on what they wrote in GQ. In the article from GQ, GQ says that upon being cast as the Hulk, Ruffalo was, quote, imbuing the wrecking machine with that trademark Ruffalo softness. Huh? Softness for the Hulk? Huh? The fuck are you talking about? He's a rage monster that rips things in half. He smashes the ground and makes you fall over. He slaps his hands together and fucking sonic booms happen. He's a fucking rage monster that only can be tamed by his hot little fucking Betty Ross. That's it. That's the only thing that gets that guy to chill out is his fucking girl. Everything else, you're done. He's going to destroy you. There's only one person, one thing in the world that could give Superman a try, and that is the Hulk. That is it. That is the only thing that could possibly, well, I take that back. Anybody who does magic is going to give Superman a hard time. But the Hulk, the more Superman kicks his ass, and that's the thing. Like, Superman can laser the Hulk's head off. Neither of those things are going to die. Somehow the Hulk is going to figure out a way to reconstitute himself like Wolverine does. He can do that. The Hulk is, Stan Lee made the Hulk so powerful that he realized that he had fucked up. And so then he said, all right, I need to create a character who could actually maybe even hang with the Hulk. And that's how Thor came along. He said to himself, I have made the Hulk so all-powerful that I need to create a god as the only thing that can stop him. So, again, that's why the Hulk, I love the Hulk so much. And it really pisses me off that Mark Ruffalo has one bit of an opinion or one word to say about what the fuck is going on with the Hulk. They're ruining this character. They're just ruining him. Obviously, I relate to the Hulk being a rage monster going from 0 to 100. And what's weird, too, is like, in one of the same things as the Hulk is the angrier I get, the less I feel pain. It's the weirdest thing. So, the more like when I played football, I'm not saying I was some great football star or anything like that, but when I did play, it's a painful sport. It hurts every time. You're smacking into somebody. Every play, you're smacking into somebody. Kal-El, please get away from the camera. And the more I got hit, the more angry I would get, and the less I would feel that pain. The angrier I got, the less the pain would show, and then I was able to perform better because it didn't hurt as much. So much like the Hulk, that's me. I'm a lot like him in that sense. But anyway, Mark Fluffalo is what I like to call him. Mark Fluffalo, because he's probably a fluffer between scenes for the director to keep him in the movie because he sucks so bad. So, yeah, and then the last one, when Mark Ruffalo, they tried to make the Hulk an intellectual, and then Banner was on the screen more than the actual Hulk. It's like, I don't care if that costs money. Take a pay cut to put the actual character in the fucking movie then, you fucking jerk. Put the fucking money towards the Hulk and not your fucking soft-ass acting. Imbued a softness to the Hulk. Fuck off. Such bullshit. So he said the CGI character is costly to produce, even though Ruffalo says it's likely to have come down in price over the years as technology has advanced. So maybe it might be an option, but no, I priced myself out. Again, making it about him. They ask about a Hulk movie, and he still somehow turns it around to be about him. It's fucking complete and total horseshit. Can't fucking stand that guy. Ruin one of my favorite characters. Let's see. Secret ADS Mod said we need to get Dumb a whole costume for next Halloween. I had a whole costume when I was a little kid. I had remember the old school costumes with the plastic mask and the whole plastic outfit. That was what I had. I loved it. All right, one more thing. I'm trying to figure out, did I have any video dump for today that was actually fun? I do have this one. This is a news story that I came across today. It's of a guy. Now, I'll be honest with you. I try to be pretty open, but when I see a man, like I do a lot of weddings. At weddings, I see dudes wearing kilts frequently. Like a lot of Scottish or Irish guys will wear kilts at their wedding. But when that's at a wedding, it doesn't I don't think twice about it. But if I see a guy wearing a kilt out in public, every once in a while that will happen. You'll see a guy wearing a kilt. I always think that guy's a weirdo. Just period. That guy's a weirdo. I don't care if he's Scottish, he's got Scottish heritage or Irish heritage, whatever the fuck it is. You're walking around wearing a kilt in America, and anything that is not a function, you're a fucking weirdo. And this news story corroborates that.
Thursday, February 8th was a normal day at this spring antique store until cameras caught the moment a customer in a kilt took a liking to certain items on the shelf.
I had to watch it a couple of times just to be sure that I knew what I was looking at.
Susan Golden has managed the 85,000 square foot shop for 20 years.
I've seen quite a few different things here, but not that. The same day, different dealer.
Golden received a call from a dealer who sent her surveillance video of their section. Cameras show a man in a tank top and kilt grab a kitchen fork or spoon from a display. He then walks over to the other side. His hand stays behind him for a while. He's then seen placing the item back on the shelf.
I realized when he put them back that he wasn't trying to steal them. He was doing other things with them.
In another section, a closer look. He grabs another item, shoves it underneath the kilt, and puts it back. The merchandise is valued at around $200. He was also accompanied by a female companion. Employees say they were there for hours but didn't buy anything.
They were put back in the space that he got them. There was no obvious markings.
It was reported to police. Officers told the store to call if he shows up again. Golden found out the man's been spotted in other antique stores in Galveston and Tomball. She shared his photos throughout the area.
I hope he gets what he deserves. I don't really know, but all I know is he needs to be caught and stopped.
Well, Golden says the items that the man was seen tampering with have been removed and all areas of the store have been sanitized. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says if anyone spots this man doing something like this in a public place, to contact them.
Oh my God, pull your phone out and record it if you fucking see that thing. And Edward says that whole store needs to be disinfected. I agree. And CYX is laughing. She caught the thing I thought that was the best was they said that there were no obvious markings on them. Also known as, we didn't see shit on the spoon that he put back in the fucking shelf. That was so fucking great. Oh, what a fucking great story. What a great way to wrap things up this evening here on a Friday night. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who came and hung out in the chat tonight. It was good to see a lot of people in there. It was good to see a nice positive vibe in there. I know Michael got a little riled up there for a little bit with Curious George, but you guys got to remember, I love Curious George. Whether you love him or hate him, I love him here on Another Dumb Show. So I am looking forward to hearing back from him. That way we can get him doing Mikey's McDonald's Challenge sometime soon, hopefully. That is going to wrap things up for us tonight. A reminder, if you've not already liked tonight's episode, please do that. I would greatly appreciate it. Take the spoon out of your ass and hit the thumbs up button with it, or take your thumb out of your ass and hit the thumbs up for me. Again, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribed, and that will give you access to the chat about 10 minutes later. Those of you who are not watching live, make sure you comment on tonight's episode. I love to hear your comments, and I do read those back live, usually the next day. And think that's going to wrap things up. Oh, just a reminder to everybody, Another Dumb Show is fan funded. So if you're not already a member and you like the show, one of the best ways to support Another Dumb Show is to go to the Another Dumb Show homepage, click the join button, pick a tier to join on, and help support Another Dumb Show moving forward to help it keep running strong through the rest of the whatever. Did Nugget Man answer my question about the Nugget Challenge? I'm going to need somebody eventually confirm what the 1 minute Nugget Challenge is. I'm going to need to know what that is so I can see if that's something I want to attempt, depending on what it is. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap things up. I look forward to seeing you guys. I don't know if we're going to go live this weekend. Maybe Sunday with I think there's a race on Sunday. NASCAR Sunday. What do we got here? Sunday the 25th. Oh, yeah, they're going to be in Atlanta. Let's see what time that is at. Better Health 400. What time does it start? 3 o'clock, it says it starts. So, all right. Well, let's see how I'm feeling. No promises, but we might aim for a members only during the Atlanta race on Sunday. And I'll try to maybe find some stuff to talk about. But again, no promises. If we do end up doing one, it'll probably just end up being a quick hour. And then maybe even just might do some gaming or something. It all depends on how I'm feeling after my date. I got a big date tomorrow night with a beautiful woman. I can't wait to go out on this date. I'm going to wine and dine this lady. You know what I'm saying? It sounds so gross. I'm going on a date with my mom. Ooh, Secret ADS Mod, thank you for reminding me. Laura, who put in a sweet superfan donation earlier, a nice one, she has an idea for an eating challenge for me. Back when I was on the old show, I used to talk about how much I loved the spaghetti pizza from a local pizza shop, the one I used to work at around the corner from here. They make a pizza that has spaghetti on it, and it is fucking awesome. It might be fun to see how fast I could eat, if I can even eat, a whole spaghetti pizza. I don't know if I can eat a whole large one of those. That's a lot of food, man. They're thick. I mean, they're like, it's pizza and then a layer of spaghetti with it. And so by the time you're getting it, it's a lot of pizza. That's a lot of food. Be interesting to see how far I could get that, how far I could get into it, how quickly. So maybe we'll do that on Sunday. It all depends. Again, it all depends on my date tomorrow night, how much I eat. I usually don't go too crazy at the restaurants like this. I try not to go too absolutely nuts as far as how much food I eat because it's expensive. But real quick, Mikey's calling. Hey, what's up, dude?
Yo, dude, speaking of spaghetti pizza, like you're talking about, have you seen what KFC is coming out with?
The Cheesa? I talked about it last night.
Oh, I missed it. Well, you went for 4 hours last night. I gotta go to bed, bro.
I know. No, it was actually literally right at the beginning of the show. I think it was literally 5 minutes into the beginning of the show. You might have missed it. We didn't.
Well,
I didn't
now
spend.
I'm an asshole for thinking it was after it was on.
No, it's all right. I didn't spend a lot of time talking about it, so it was easy. It might have been, you turn your head for a minute, you might have missed it. So it's no big deal. But yeah, no,
I'm gonna go back to KFC for that. It looks slamming.
I know. Why don't they put that on a bun? That's a sandwich right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a sweet.
They don't do buns there. Don't you remember the double down sandwich? It was just 2 fillets with the cheese and bacon in the middle. There was never no bun on the double down or nothing either.
Well, they need to put a bun on it. That would be so good. That would be really, really, that would be a really quality chicken parm sandwich because you got a little pepperoni on there to give it a little extra kick, some zest.
Yeah, bread just takes up more room. Now I can have 2-3 slices of cheese.
It's just so messy. How do you pick it up? You got to eat it with a fork? I don't want to eat it with a fork from KFC.
Didn't you ever eat those double down sandwiches that they had a bunch of years ago?
Yeah, I think I did. I can't remember if that's probably where
the breading stayed on the chicken pretty well.
All right. Well, I think it's something I'm going to try. But I do like that new Taco Bell menu too. I definitely want to try those empanada.
Oh, I was really excited about that.
Did you see those empanada things? Those look so good. I love empanadas.
Those look really good. I really want that gelato that you were talking about. I definitely want some Baja Blast gelato.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, all right. Well,
All right,
maybe I'll just
talk food all
cancel.
night. I'll talk to you later, bud.
All right, bro, later. Maybe I should just cancel the reservations at the nice restaurant I have with my mom, and we'll just go to Taco Bell. I think that's a better idea. Sound good, Mom? All right, cool. Save a couple bucks. The people who sent the money would love that. So, all right, guys. That is going to wrap things up. Once again, thanks to everybody for coming hanging out tonight. I do greatly appreciate it. If you guys, I'll definitely be back live on Monday night. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. If I don't see you over the weekend, I hope you and your families and whatever you're up to, whoever you hang out with, get out of the house. I don't know if the weather's going to be as nice as it was today, but hey, get out, get some sun, soak up some vitamin D, get a little, stretch those legs, get out of the house a little bit, get some sun if you can, and then enjoy your weekend. And I will see you back live on Monday at 7. Thanks again to everybody who donated tonight. We had quite a few people who helped support Another Dumb Show tonight. Robert, Angelina with a bunch, and I thought I saw another one in there, but it didn't take for some reason. I swear somebody else put one in too. Oh no, I'm thinking of Laura who put hers in. Through the comment section. And don't forget, make sure if you're not watching live, go back and put your comments in because I'd love to read them back when I go live on Monday. So, guys, that's going to wrap things up. I am out of here. See ya. See ya. There we go.